Good morning, and welcome back to Daily Dhamma, a letter to our children. Today is April 28th, and our reading is Mass Movements. All mass movements deprecate the present by depicting it as a mean preliminary to a glorious future, a mere doormat on the threshold of the millennium. And that's Eric Hoffer, the true believer. Thoughts on the nature of mass movements. We're leery of phony promises, be they religious, spiritual, political, or economic. The magical future that lies ahead is nothing compared to the false prophets who lie right to our faces. And this brings us back around to where we started with this whole thing. It would be nice if we could tell the difference between people who are telling the truth and people who seem sincere. Phony swamis and phony religious people and phony politicians and rabble rousers and all the rest often seem very sincere. And yet what is coming out of their mouth needs to be checked with a BS detector somewhere. If only we had one of those. Anyway, it's important for us to tell the truth quickly, to say what we mean what we say, and not blow smoke up somebody's dress. But it's also important for us to heed the old Russian proverb, trust but verify. We have warned our children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren repeatedly to avoid mass movements like the plague. These things are not friendly, and one of the main reasons they are not is because they quantify people. So instead of talking about an individual person who has God-given rights and a divine spark within their breast, what we're talking about is representatives of the workers or this minority group or that minority group or this oppressed crew or that other oppressed crew and like that. And this is a problem. It's especially a problem for children who have not learned critical thinking, but instead have learned critical theory. Critical thinking is something that's very valuable. People learn how to evaluate whether or not a source of information is tainted or who it is that is pushing this information on people, to look at various sides of an issue and evaluate the strength of different arguments coming from different interest groups, and to then make decisions based on an understanding of the information. Thomas Sowell had 3 great questions. This is a good idea compared to what? At what cost? And what hard evidence do you have? And those are wonderful questions that are very difficult to answer for a lot of people. Critical theory, on the other hand, is violent revolution. This is Marxist theory and pits different parts of society against one another, and it often ends up in blood. Che Guevara called his use of the firing squad the pedagogy of the paredon. Paredon is Spanish for wall, as in up against it. Our advice is look before you leap and stay away from those mass movements, will you? So happy trails to you until we meet again.